Hey guys, good morning everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Miss JD for my second video this evening. Okay, if this is your first time to watch my video, I do record my insights for the stocks in the Philippine market as well as in the US market. So if you like this type of content, I'm inviting you to join my mini community here. I review stocks, so if you'd like your stocks to also be reviewed, go ahead and drop a comment, subscribe so you're always updated. And don't forget to hit the like. There you have it. So if you have not watched the first part of my video, I technically talked about the trending stocks here from PHA down to APL. I'll put the link down below so you could also watch that in case some of these stocks are in your portfolio. Now, we will just merely continue our discussion, and that will be from Converge and all the way down here. In the meantime, I'd like to recognize those people who really took the time in dropping some comments here. Bug Eye Builder dropped a comment for my video the other time. These are the stocks in the US market that I see a possible bounce play. So if you also want to watch that and you want to start trading the US market, I do use eToro as my main platform. I will also put the link down below, so just in case you want to create your account and start trading the US market, the link is down below. June Jimenez, tech. My insights for tech. Well, number one, tech is also in my portfolio. Number two, the bigger picture in the area of 5G, right? Because I know they have some big projects involving offshore partnership, and they will be providing some parts for the 5G. I don't have the exact details, but definitely, if telecommunication business is the trend nowadays, considering that a lot of people are in a work from home setup, so the need to have better services is really high, and tech provides parts for companies like telecommunication business. So if Dito, if in the US, I know they have a partnership or a future project with AT&T. I read it somewhere, but I'll try to locate that article where I read it. So if the telecommunication business is going to boom in the coming weeks or even months and years, then people or businesses that will be providing for them, supplying for some parts or services for these companies will also prosper. So if I may just associate that with TBGI, right? TBGI constructs towers for telecommunication businesses such as Dito. So if Dito is going to prosper in the country, then chances are those people supplying for Dito will also be um, uh, availing, right? They will also benefit from the big progress. Okay, so that's the same thought process that I have for tech. Converge and Double Dragon, Faye Aguila, yes, I can include that. Is Double Dragon here? Okay, I'll just add that here. I'll just put out my notepad. So first tech, DD, and Converge. So Converge is also another telecommunication business in the country, a competition of Dito. So uh, if Dito is really on a bullish movement, chances are Converge is also going to have the same path. Although it's just a matter of who goes first, right? But overall, the industry that both belong to is really bullish at the moment. Next is whose comment is it? Blaze wanted me to discuss IDC. Yes, sure. BSC and MRC, BSC, MRC, Luffy, MBT, Okay, just wanna. Edgar, you're welcome. Okay, Alan wanted MG, BSH, and MG. Okay. Oops. What's this? There's a long message here. Miss JD, thank you, Miss JD. I've been reading posts regarding the FO. A lot have been saying that it will greatly impact the price since more shares will float. On a comment I read that it will be at least 40% additional shares, thus such would effectively reduce significantly the current price. Yes, so this was a question from Ian, right? So if there's a an FOO, follow on offering, if I got the term right, so that means the company is going to have more shares available for the public to avail. And then, of course, law of supply and demand. If there are more supply, chances are, and let's say the demand is not that much, chances are the price will be diluted and it will reduce significantly. So, like what I said, it could just be on a temporary state. So if you are merely trading this stock, I suggest wait for that. Uh, Wait for the FOO to finish. At least you could already see the true market value, or the end value of the stock after um, the FOO. Because definitely, from what I said, it will dip, and if you want to avail that, then try to do that after. At least, if it is going to recover, you will be able to get it at a lower price. But those people who may have already entered and are in APL for the long haul, I think what you can do at this point is, if it dips, that's when you add more volume. Okay, just to give you a perfect example. Um, so this is ASEN, right? So this was the time when people were very bullish, and before the stocks, right? During the SRO time, right? January 8th, before January 8th, price was very bullish. And then what happened here was that after so it started dipping on this period, right? January 8th. Okay. So people who are merely trading the stock and just riding the momentum, they were riding this wave. And then as we go near January 8th, which was this period, some of them have already locked in some gains because they know for a fact that come January 8th, the price will dip significantly. So what happened here? Look at this. January 8th, there was a gap down. And then what happened here is, well, the gap was filled the same day. So I'm thinking, because SRO and FOO are somewhat very close, the concept is really close. So it's just adding more shares for the public to avail. So what happened here? If you are, for example, in APL, so tendency is, I don't know how big it would drop. Maybe it could go back to the 19 peso. I don't have the exact date of the FOO if that is going to happen. Just comment down below, guys, because I really am not able to read all the news that we have um, in PSC Edge at the same time in Instagrams. There are also a lot of helpful insights in Instagrams. I do read some of the news there. So let us say it drops. Let it drop first. If you know that you are just merely trading this and the FOO is happening soon, I suggest wait for that perfect time to happen and then wait for it to drop. Because the strategy I did for ASEN, actually, I got it first when it dropped, and that's when I added my entry. I did not chase this because I know for a fact that come January 8th here, price will drop. So I did not chase that. I waited for that January 8th to come, and I did a test buy. And then when it dropped again here, I know it was right here, 5.87, I was able to catch it again. So you don't have to rush. You will have your own perfect timing. And if you're in APL for the long haul, wait for the price to drop, and that's when you enter. Okay, I think that is for our comments. Now let's continue our discussion and start with tech. Okay, wow, looks like tech already managed to bounce. This for me is a bounce for tech. We have established a support right at this level, which was, of course, previous support here as well, and a resistance here as well. So I think this is a significant area. 667 is our support, and hopefully we continue to break the MA20 line. But if you're still considering to enter this stock, try to get in as near as you can to the 667, because we don't know if tomorrow there could be fluctuations like this one, right? Long wicks up and down. So try to take advantage of the wick as near as you can to the support level, and then ride, probably do a test buy if you want, and then wait for it to recover. But definitely we're very near a support at this point. 667 is the area I am looking at. Double Dragon. Double Dragon is also in my portfolio, and looks like slowly we are showing some signs of recovery here. We are now slightly higher than the MA29. We're sitting right at the MA20, so maybe this could already be our support right here. 1437, 1438. So we could just be moving sideways first, but definitely this could already mean a higher low, right? This was your previous low over here. We recovered, and then when it dropped, we are slightly higher than the previous low. So hopefully we continue to bounce and challenge this first area of resistance right around the 1498 level. So that's our key level to observe at this point. Well, for me, my take on Double Dragon is really we are at a very, very cheap level as of this time, and while we were dropping, your RSI is already trying to stabilize around the mid area, right? So hopefully we should be recovering soon. But 1438 is the support I am looking at. Converge. Converge also managed to recover. Our support here is around this area, 1815, and this is a imagine this. I'm thinking it just filled that gap because you had a gap up that happened yesterday, or on the 15th. We had a gap up, and then it filled that gap, and now we are recovering. So this is the support that I'm looking at. So at this point, I'd have to say, I think Converge is also a good company. Number one, it's already operational, and I think their services are also good, but they just have to, I think, really be quick and fast and creative in whatever they can offer to the consumers, because now we have the third telco, we have the two major telcos. So if they want to have a market share, they have to have their own niche, right? What can they offer to the public that would attract more subscribers for them? But at this point, so for instance, if you are going to get in Converge for the long haul, then 1815 for me is still a good area to try out. And my take here is when you're happy with your gains, go lock in some gains and let the remaining shares ride the wave. And if it dips, then the buying power that you get from that sale, then you can buy it at a lower price. At least you could do average down without having to add more amount. Next is IDC. IDC, trying to stabilize. I hope this is trying to create a support at the area where we are seated at the moment. So 297 is for me a possible area of consolidation. Look at this. Your volume right here is already starting to become smaller and smaller. The cloud is the average. And then while we are doing sideways, the volume is just staying flat. That means people who are in IDC, they're holding on to their positions. They're not selling anymore. So that's the reason why volume is low at this point. So that's the kind of movement we want. Um, while the stock is on a decline, so what we want to see is as we go lower and lower, the volume should be lower, going lower and lower too. And that's the time we can say, okay, selling is finally over. All right. So look at this. Price was moving downwards. Your volume is also starting to decline here. Then eventually there's a spike that happens, which triggered everything. So after that long flat volume, the first day where you see an unusual change in the volume, that should already be your trigger point to start monitoring the stock. Next would be BSC. 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 It's nice that we have this foreign buying. Okay. At the same time, I'd like to just point out that our Bollinger Band is pointing downwards. At the same time, your candlesticks are somewhat having a difficult time breaking this key level over here. So chances are we could also experience some more retracements, right? But not that deep anymore. I think this is just going to move sideways first within the area. Like what I mentioned previously, here as well, our volume has already started to decline. That means we might stay flat in this area. If it is going to drop, the most that it could drop would be, I'm thinking, around 1.02. I try to do test buy around that area and hopefully we could recover really quickly. This is another stock that's also into the renewable energy. So try to look at the bigger picture. If you see good catalysts, because the reason why I'm not getting into this stock is because I already have a company that's into renewable energy in my portfolio, and I don't want to have another one of the same business model just to diversify my portfolio. But overall, I'd say I think this is already a good area to really closely monitor as we might experience a bounce happening soon. So 1.02 for me is a good area to do test buy. MRC. MRC. What happened to MRC? Okay, I already released MRC. So I'm thinking I'd still consider this area as our support. Still giving us some minor bounce, but we got rejected at the MA20 line, so I'm thinking it might possibly go back at the 0.48 area. Yes, 0.48 area, but overall I see this as sideways movement with just some slight bounces here and there. But definitely, if you want to know where could you still enter, that would be around this level. Okay. MBT. MBT. All right. So looking I'm looking at MBT in relation to our index. Okay, so the index has started to show some signs of recovery here, giving us higher lows, right? So if you continue to push the price higher, then chances are a lot of our stocks in the index will have the same movement in terms of price. Now, if we are to go back to MBT, this being a stock within the index, then I'm thinking if it is going to drop, we will only experience minor drops and pretty much very near the 48.30, and chances are we will have the price pushing higher and higher in the coming days. Overall, we have recovered, but not fully as of yet. So there's still a potential for this stock to move even higher. So my take on MBT is, if you are interested in MBT, just be prepared. This is one of the stocks that is moving on the slow side. So unlike the second liner stocks where you can see increase in price like 8-10% within the day, MBT, BPI, BDO, major stocks in the index have this type of movement, 1%, 2%, very very minimal. So look at MBT for long term. Okay, so if you just want to trade, consider other stocks that have growth potential, right? So I will not recommend, but you've seen my portfolio, and those stocks. If you watch those videos that I have, I've shared my perspective why I chose those stocks. So again, I might be sharing those stocks, but I am not recommending totally because we do not have the same profile. I am a more of a position trader who can stay in a stock uh, for several weeks or even months. So if you were able to watch my videos from the previous time, these stocks have been with me for a very long time. Some of them. Okay. Right. So that's our support for Tito. And let's see if it is going to hold around the 48.30. Next is MG. MG is already, I'm thinking it is also creating a possible support right at the area very near your MA20 line. So this is the area I'm looking at, 4.4089. And hopefully it holds in that area. So far, I think it is going to hold because several days we've been dropping and hitting this key level, and we're just bouncing within that area. So we just need more volume. The moment we see a sudden spike in the volume, for instance, this one, there's a slight increase, and then the volume, and I mean the engulfing candlestick here was our good indicator that we are now giving a bullish movement in the coming days. So it also came from sideways here, right? Similar to this. So we might see some similar movements from what we had experienced in the past. So 0.40, that's the area I'm looking at. MAH. MAH. Okay. So this is your support. Reason why I said that is, one, we've been bouncing just in this area for several days now. Then if you look to the left, I see this and this one too. So this simply validates that this indeed is a significant area to monitor. This could be our support level. Previous resistance is now your support. And that's the reason why I can say that this key level here is your possible support. If you want to get in, get in as near as you can to the 294 area. Overall, I haven't really read some details about so the scope of my discussion is just merely on the technicals. So if you have some information that you can share, go ahead and drop a comment. Let everyone know, because I definitely cannot provide all the information about a particular stock, because I may have not read about them. Okay, so that's our those are your requests, right? So the next stocks that I'd like to cover from here, let me see. AR. What happened to AR? I think AR has. Let me see. I think this is the support for AR. 0.0043. It has really lost its momentum right here when we started breaking the MA20 line, going down. Then it triggered some more declines. I don't think we are going to achieve this rapid movement anytime soon. So I was also sharing this before. I think this is just short-lived, and we will just be going back to the normal pacing as what we had before this big pump and dump thing. Okay. So yeah, I also tried to get in here just for short term, but very quickly, I think I only stayed here for what, 3 to 4 days, and I exited. So 0.0043. JFC is another stock in my portfolio. So again, well, I'm still negative here. I know my average here is 194. I think, yeah, it's at 194, and we're still negative. But hopefully, given that we have established a support right here, so chances are, if we see a green candlestick to come out tomorrow, then we could officially cross the MA20 line. I think one good trigger here is the moment we break out of this downtrend channel that we have here, then we're safe. At this point, we're not safe yet, because anytime we can experience a breakdown in the price, and breaks the support at the 178. Nevertheless, GFC is GFC. This is the kind of stock that when it drops, then you can just add more, because this is really good for long-term investing. Okay, and you have to be patient, because like MDT, slow moving stocks. Okay, so for me, if it breaks, I won't rush, because if it breaks, chances are it could go to 169.31. But if it breaks again, the next possible drop I see is around the 150, 168. So it's really important to monitor this stock in the coming days. Let's really find out where the direction is. APO? Wow. Interesting. We have a significant volume here. But try to get in, if you're interested in APO, try to get in as near as you can here, 0.85, because I don't know the story actually of APO. This could be another AR pump and dump scenario. So 0.85, that's the support I'm looking at. And then once you have some gains, don't be too greedy. Lock in some gains, because this is the kind of stock that without this it'll just move very slowly. Okay, so this is the support we're looking at, 0.85. Okay, so guys, that's it for this evening. Thank you for those people who have dropped a comment, and for those, by the way, just want to take this opportunity, for those people who would like to trade the US market. I have a link in the description for eToro. You can create your account through my link. That will really help the channel. And at the same time, if you have some requests, be it US or Philippine market, go ahead and drop a comment so I can review them for you. In the meantime, thank you for watching and have a profitable day ahead. Bye bye for now.